Okay, so what's up guys, welcome back to Mr.Potter prxjeth, and today we are going to look at the best and worst movies and shows of 2025 with the disappointing movies and shows. Let's go increasingly disappointing. So yeah, at number 5, the least disappointing but still disappointing is Captain America Brave New World. So actually this is not even a movie that I thought was bad, but the post-credit scene was bad. I did make a review for it so you can watch it here, but I think I kind of glazed it or sugarcoated my review, but they had no substance in the first place. Like, I don't even see why the movie exists. I guess it's just to build on the Thunderbolt Ross character, and you know, Harrison Ford is playing Thunderbolt Ross right now. Yeah, they made him turn into Red Hulk, and they brought back the leader who was in the Incredible Hulk movie from around like 20 years ago. At that point, it was just a Hulk sequel with Captain America in it. You get to see Sam Wilson as Captain America, then you get more of Thor as. The thing is, for people who didn't watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, you're gonna be like, who the heck is this guy? Why is he the new Falcon? Why is the Falcon the Captain America? But I guess they kind of explain it in the movie, but it's just better for you to go watch the show. And okay, the Bucky cameo was valid. I loved it. I think that was the best part about the movie besides the Red Hulk fight scene. Moving on, at number 4, Squid Game Season 3. Why is this even a Season 3? Season 2 and 3 added together is 13 episodes. Like, I feel like that should be a season. I've seen shows with like 30 episodes. Even if it had like a complete plot within the seasons, I would have like given them the benefit of doubt. But there was a cliffhanger at the end of Season 2, and then they continued from there in Season 3, like right where they left it off. Seems pretty much like the same season to me.
No. He's got a point.
But yeah, the ending was really, I guess it makes sense. Gi-hun winning twice, that would be just plot armor at that point, but he was still the second person alive. He sacrificed himself. He didn't lose because he lost because he sacrificed himself. That's still plot armor. What's the point of Gi-hun returning and not ending the games for good? But yeah, the baby winning was not really that satisfying, and a lot of my favorite characters like Player 222, I really wanted her to win. That was really sad. The whole show was just messed up. Like, it was even more messed up than season 1. And then they did tease American Squid Game spin-off. Maybe they'll just milk it and it won't be good, because that happened to another show that is on this list, and it was by Netflix as well. So moving on to the next disappointing movie was Karate Kid's Legends. It was kind of let down because it was a legacy sequel, you know, with Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Han, Jackie Chan reprising his role. So like, when you do a legacy sequel using characters from the original Karate Kid and the new Karate Kid, it should have been at least longer to justify the concept, but it wasn't. So I'm not a fan of the movie. The next show on this list is It, Welcome to Derry. A lot of people said this was the best show of the year. Get out. Do you not see the flaws in the show? Like, no way people are saying this is better than Stranger Things. You know what's my all-time favorite horror franchise? It. And I'm saying I didn't like It, Welcome to Derry. I did love some of you know the stuff they did with Pennywise, but I did not like what they were doing when they were building up to Pennywise. There were a lot of disturbing scenes, especially I think the one that really I don't think I'll ever watch it again, when the eyes of a girl became like the eyes of a snail with a parasite in it, and she was trying to cut it out. Having Pennywise there killing people, eating people is less scary than that. So I'm someone who enjoys the It movies. Like, when I first watched them, I was scared, but nowadays when I watch them, I just pause and I look at all the, you know, the VFX details, the teeth and all that. Like, I'm like, how does an editor do that in the first place? Like, you're there editing all the teeth and all that. Like, how do you do that? I'm someone who appreciates the editing, and Pennywise, once he appeared, yeah, the show was on a different level. But those who compare it to Stranger Things, season 1, don't ever review anything again. You watch out. Okay, but on a serious note, both of them had film woeful. Okay, coming back to on an actual serious note, Pennywise, time works differently for him, so everything happens at the same time for him. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That's basically him. It simply is, guys. But moving on to the, you know, the most disappointing thing this year, you're gonna be surprised, because I even made live streams and videos on it. You can watch them here. So, Stranger Things 5. Yeah, so I did love the finale. Like, I did a live stream for the finale, and towards the end, I did, like, you know, praise the ending. And I really expected them to defeat Vecna within the first hour, and then the second hour would be setting stuff up, because this is the finale to the entire show, not just season 5. They still kind of messed it up. Now that I think about the entire season 5, volume 1 was good, volume 2 wasn't. So I think I gaslighted myself into liking it. So yeah, there are a lot of goofy stuff, a lot of plot holes that people have been bringing up, which I do agree with. I just can't, you know, let my show down. Still, season 1 is the most peak thing I've watched. Season 1 is still better than Welcome to Derry. Like, those 8 kids don't bring that to me, bro. Get out. Just get out. Shut up. Get out of my video. You can unsubscribe. I don't care. Stranger Things is my show.
No Stranger Things hate will be tolerated in this channel.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, but like moving on to the honorable mentions, The Electric State is a movie that was hated on by people. I think it has a Rotten Tomatoes score of like 10%. Maybe because I've not read the book or something, I kind of liked it. Millie Bobby Brown was actually acting here. In ST5, a lot of people were memeing how she couldn't act. The Electric State is something I did enjoy, so maybe it's a guilty pleasure right then, right? So I didn't really hate it, and the cast was a huge cast, and we had Ki Hee Kwan, Anthony Mackie, all these big names. Ki Hee Kwan was also in the Zootopia 2 movie, which is another honorable mention as well. I still really love the first movie over this, and they did do some universe expanding, but I feel like the story, it didn't feel as big of a story as Zootopia 1. Okay, it is, but it was just not executed in that way.
You know, this is not your worst idea.
Wow, that was almost a compliment.
Your worst idea is what you did with your ears.
The next movie is also like a guilty pleasure, Minecraft. Yeah, I had a lot of corny dialogues. I do have my issues with it. Like sometimes Jack Black just knows everything and he says stuff that we all know from the game, but like, how does he know? You know? Because sometimes the stuff he says, right, is like about warning people that they could die from doing a certain thing. How do you know that? Did you do it? So if you did it, you won't be alive to tell the story. So there was a lot of moments where I felt that it gave me a good time. I was laughing a lot of times. But I guess sometimes Jack Black, I don't know why he was doing it. He kept doing stuff like, the nether. That is an ender pearl. Even when he introduces himself, he's like, I am Steve. Bro, why are you talking like Kevin Hart, bro? Maybe because of the memes I enjoyed it.
Chicken Jockey!
Maybe my humor is broken.
This is a crafting table.
So I am looking forward to the sequel. They did have, you know, like a tease for the sequel, so I'm hoping the sequel is good.
Flint and Steel.
The next movie here is K-pop Demon Hunters, which is, it was like expected to be a corny movie. Sony didn't even promote it, but the animation was really good because Sony Animation cooks. They always cook. So yeah, and Netflix promoted it, and then it is a movie that went to online first and then went to theaters, and it's being re-released now. So that's how insane it is, and it's already greenlit for a sequel. So yeah, it's gonna be a, you know, a big brand in a few years time. But yeah, I did enjoy the movie, but it wasn't something that like people, you know, hyped it out to be for me. Then Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 1. Yeah, this is a surprising show. I really loved the story. It was unexpected. Like, I think even without that, you know, shocking review at the end of the show, I think the show was still like a really good show, like something you can watch in your free time. But with that ending, it's a show that you have to watch. Like, it's a great show. So it might even be like the best show of the year. But yeah, the last movie in my honorable mentions list is Lilo and Stitch, which is a live action remake of Lilo and Stitch. And I felt like the casting was good, the animation was good, the acting was good. The little girl who played Lilo, insane acting. And it was a fun watch because it's been years since I watched the original, so it's nice to watch a remake. I'm someone who's not on the hate wagon for remakes, unless they do corny casting like the Snow White movie. So, oh wait, I forgot to include the Snow White movie. Number one disappointing movie. Put it below Stranger Things. Okay, but yeah, moving on to the best.
This is where the story really starts.
The top 10. It's actually top 11 because there's two movies tied in the last place, and that would be How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake, and Megan 2.0. So the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake, there is a sequel already greenlit, and I think they're just gonna remake the, you know, the sequel that we already have for the animated movie. But yeah, Mason Thames, this is the first movie I'm seeing him in. Bro just looks like Tom Holland in a lot of the scenes, and I guess he does really encapsulate, you know, the character of Hiccup. And yeah, the dragon, I mean the dragon just felt like the same as the animated movie. Like, obviously dragons aren't going to look like that in real life, right? I mean, there's nothing much I could say. If I review the movie, I'm reviewing the original, so that's why I gave it a high rating of 3.5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, for Megan 2.0, I think it didn't make much money. Like, the first movie was a horror movie, the sequel was an action movie. I didn't really hate the change. Actually, when people were saying they went full on into the action route, I was kind of scared for it. But when I watched the movie, there is still a bit of horror. If you rewatch the first movie, you realize that there isn't much horror in the movie, so I don't find it a problem in the sequel now as well. But I did love the story. It wasn't even corny, it was just a good movie in my opinion. So
what the hell is this? You put me in this plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
I don't know if there will be a sequel for this because this movie did perform really bad, and it was released with Jurassic World Rebirth, so I think that's why it didn't do well, which is another movie that should be added to the disappointing list. I don't know why I'm thinking of it right now. Yeah, add that there.
Hey, so remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I want you to know.
That won't happen again.
Mega 2.0 is a movie I'm surprised to see that a lot of people didn't even give it a watch in the first place. But yeah, it has 3.5 out of 5 as well. But moving on to the next movie, at 9th place we have F1. Maybe because I don't watch F1 or I'm not into the sport, I really enjoyed the movie. Because I mean, like, when I see a F1 movie with a big star like Brad Pitt and Damson Idris, and the plot is going to be about, you know, this professional athlete who's going to be teamed up with this arrogant young guy. It's obviously going to have the cliche plot, and we've seen this plot point in like almost every single genre we've ever had. So I think the first half of the movie, I really was interested in the sport. I was like, okay, I'm going to start watching F1 after this movie. I hope you guys don't, you know, cancel me, but this is my first Brad Pitt movie. And I love the score, I love the songs. Hans Zimmer cooked. 3.75 out of 5. The way they made that film though, the filming of the film, hats off. And Brad Pitt and Damson Idris learning how to drive a car. Okay, on number 8 we have Thunderbolts. Okay, Thunderbolts is a movie that a lot of people really love, but it's a good movie, it's a great movie. But is it the best movie since Endgame? No. It is a great movie that Marvel has made in a long time, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. To see a team up movie, it's been a long time, right? So 4 out of 5. Or 3.75. Actually, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. But yeah, you could watch my review here. So I had my opinions there. I think I rated it higher there. But like over time, my opinions has changed. Because I watched it for a second time now as well.
Don't worry, she's bulletproof. What happened to bulletproof? It's bulletproof
Is that Bucky?
That's not good.
Moving on to number 7, Marty Supreme. So Timothée Chalamet. What an actor. I did not expect this from Timothée Chalamet. The character was basically Tony Stark. It's just Tony Stark without money, in my opinion. Okay, no, he's a bit worse. He's narcissistic as well. But man, the whole movie was just chaotic. This man is a leech. He's living off others. He's going from one issue to another issue to another issue. What a fun movie. I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. I love the movie. So I will give this 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, moving on to number 6, Sinners. I know Sinners would be like in top 5 for a lot of people. For Sinners, it's 4.5 stars, okay? I love the story. I love everything about the movie. But I think there were better movies last year than Sinners. Like, it was not my number 1 movie, but I did love, you know, the Ryan Coogler touch. So I loved it. It's a great movie, but I personally didn't enjoy it as much as the other 5 movies that I'm going to talk about. So moving on to the top 5 here. At number 5, we have One Battle After Another.
Whoa, who's this?
Oh, they're just my friends.
Now, is that a he or a she or a they?
It's not that hard. They, them.
Okay, I just want to be polite.
It had a simple plot, and somehow they engaged me throughout the movie, and it's also 4.5 stars for One Battle After Another. Everyone performed their roles very well. And the ending, bro, I didn't expect the villain to just survive, and then it would have been better if he just died from the gunshot rather than, you know, the gas released into a room. But I don't know, it's just satisfying to see him die anyway, so yeah.
You know what freedom is? No fear. Just like Tom Cruise.
Moving on to number 4, Weapons.
At 2:17 in the morning, every kid got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark.
I know it's not as good as a movie as Sinners. I just enjoyed it way more. And that's me. That's my opinion. You're watching my top 10 movies of 2025, not everyone's top 10 movies of 2025. So this is my ranking, alright? It was so interesting. The way they use perspectives for each character. At first, they show you Julia Garner's perspective of the events, and they show you characters that she meets, and then one by one they show you the perspectives of the characters she meets. Insane filmmaking. Zach Greger. I haven't watched Barbarian, but now I want to watch it. And also I know there's an Aunt Gladys spin-off prequel coming for this movie. I don't know if it's a series or a movie. I don't care what it is, I'll watch it. I really love what you did with this movie. Maybe the witch thing, I feel like she was killed easily. Yeah, I felt like the ending, I felt like she shouldn't have died, because it's like the It movies, you know, It never dies. It simply is. Weapons is like one of my favorite horror movies now. So yeah, and I rated 4.25, which is lower than Sinners or One Battle After Another, because according to the story, according to the filmmaking style, I feel like Sinners and One Battle After Another deserve more recognition. I personally enjoy Weapons more, so that's why it's above those movies on this list. Moving on to the top 3 here. At number 3 we have Superman. So Superman was a great movie. After watching, you know, the Batman movie by Matt Reeves, which was so grounded, and they were trying to go for, you know, a less fairy tale island kind of thing. And then you watch Superman, which was, I know it's part of the DCU and all that, but like it just goes on full on into fantasy island, and there is a lot of flaws, but you enjoy the movie. It's also another movie that engages you throughout the movie, so that's how great they were. And I rate Superman 4.5. okay, I guess it should be 4.25 if I'm speaking. Okay, you know what, 4.5. yeah, I don't care, I loved it, so 4.5.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
But yeah, moving on to the next movie here, Fantastic Four, First Steps. Yeah, you can watch my review here. I said everything there. There's a spoiler review and a non-spoiler review. You can watch both. Please watch both.
What time is it, Ben?
No.
What time is it, Ben?
No, Johnny.
Say it!
I don't wanna!
Say it!
It was better than Thunderbolts and Superman, but when it comes to the question to the general public, which movie was better, I feel like they will say Superman. Don't get me wrong, the Fantastic Four has very few flaws. You know, everything was logical. It was more about emotion.
You're late.
What do you mean?
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world.
And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
Fantastic Four is better than Superman, but how does one admit it is my question. I really love Fantastic Four as well. You know, like for the Fantastic Four, you can just watch my playlist, my entire playlist. I have been making videos ever since the first trailer. Everything is down there. Go watch it. You will know how much I love, how much hyped I was for the movie. That was my #1 hype movie of last year. So okay, coming to a rating for Fantastic Four, I wanted to give it a 5. I even said it in my review, but 4.75. The visual, oh my god. I'm sad that I didn't get to watch it in IMAX. Silver Surface VFX. The scene where Johnny touches her surfboard. Galactus peak visuals.
I herald. Galactus.
And coming to the last movie in this list, it's a 5-star movie. A certified Mr. Potter Project 5-star movie. I don't think I've given a full mark rating for any movies on this channel. This is my first movie, 5-star. Frankenstein. That's mic drop. Editor, just make that a mic drop. I'm the editor. I'm just saying it to myself. So I don't think people expected Frankenstein. I didn't expect it to be the #1 movie on this list. I loved it. And you know, when I was watching the first half of the movie, because you know the first half is from Victor Frankenstein's perspective, then the second half was about the monster's perspective. So when I was watching the first half, I really already loved the movie, but it wasn't shaping up to be, you know, the best movie of the year or anything. But when they showed me the monsters, you know, when they started showing the monsters perspective, I was like, oh my god, do we really need this? You know, I was thinking like, bro, they're gonna lose every point they just earned in the previous half. No, they didn't. That movie went from a solid 3.5 to a 5. That speaks for itself. So yeah, I love the cast. Oscar Isaac, you know, I'm a fan of him, and to see him in this project, I loved it. And I haven't really read up the Frankenstein story. I don't know how true to the story this movie was. And then Mia Goth's character was a really fun character. Jacob Elordi, I haven't really seen any of his movies, so he was just so great as the monster. Really nice. A lot of the gory stuff they had, the way he created the monster, everything was so fun to watch. Guillermo del Toro, I know he's a great director. I don't even know if I pronounced that name right. I'm happy that I watched Frankenstein. I forgot how to pronounce that. I just wish Netflix decided to release the movie in theaters worldwide, because they did a limited release like they do with most of their movies, and then it came to Netflix. But this is something that tells me why I should watch movies in theaters. I think it's one of those movies that is more for like the cinephiles or the critics that I somehow managed to enjoy, because I'm a person who likes movies made for casuals, but I'm more of like a cinephile. So I'm surprised. Frankenstein just, I loved it. Absolute cinema. It deserves the Mr. Potter Project recognition. It goes to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Maybe it's something about Guillermo del Toro's direction. Maybe it's that. Or maybe it's Oscar Isaac's acting, or Jacob Elordi's acting. I don't know. 5 out of 5 stars. That will be it. Bye. I will see you guys in another great video.
I saw it.